Hey everybody, welcome. Coach MJ here from TriRight Coaching, talking to you tonight about how to change your focus to achieve better results. And I'm super excited about this because no matter who you are, there's always something that you can do better, right? There's always some way that you can improve upon what you have been doing. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. It's end of August here if you're watching live, and a lot of us are finished with our triathlon seasons and we're starting already to kind of think about 2018. But if you really want to have a successful season, you really have to start thinking about what are the things that maybe tripped you up this year so that you can go ahead and fix those and improve upon that next year. Hey, Jackie, Susie, Candace, Darlene, thank you guys so much for hopping in. Hey, so real quick, for those of you on the live broadcast, even if you're watching the replay, you can do this. Please share the video because next week I'm raffling off this. Who couldn't use a set of swim paddles? This is what I'm raffling off next week. All you have to do to enter the raffle for this is just share the video, and if I pick a winner each week, if you win, then I'm going to send this out to you. That's all you got to do. Hey, Nora. Thank you guys. Hey, Lilia. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. So, very first thing is to identify the issue. You guys, and this applies not just in triathlon, but it applies in life, right? So what's your issue? And I'm going to go with an example that really kind of, each week I go through this, you guys, and I think about topics and what you guys might want to hear. And this one really kind of resonates with me because I see a certain group of people making the same mistakes in triathlon year after year after year. If you don't ask me for my advice, I'm not going to give it to you. But I'm going to tell you, I know what the issue is. So the very first thing that you need to do is identify your issue. What is your issue? I'm going to tell you what this issue is that I've noticed. That people think that the biking is the end all be all, and like, let's just get our FTPs up really high and let's ride at 20 miles an hour for 100-mile rides. Yay! And then come race day, they tank. So like, why are you doing that? Like, and if you've been doing that, not you don't know that you're going to do that until you at least do it a time or two, right? But once you've done that a couple times, don't you sit there and think, well, what am I doing wrong and what can I be doing better? And that's kind of what this whole episode is about. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you guys for hopping in. So, hey, Jennifer. Another Jennifer. What's up? Change your focus. So what I want you to really do, and this kind of ties into last week's episode. Last week we talked about your goals for next year and kind of thinking about what you really wanted to achieve. So what I'm going to tell you to do now is to think about what you did this year that maybe didn't go your way, right? And it's maybe that's the dog. That's the dog. He does this every time. Like, what is your nemesis? So mine was every single time, and I think I've told you guys this before, but every single time I would race, I would have a great swim, I would have a great bike, and my run would be a walk, and it would be terrible. And I had people telling me, you'd be a really good triathlete if you could ever learn to run. They were right. I just needed someone to tell me it. I mean, I knew it, but I needed that kick in the butt, and it worked. So, hey, Julie, thank you guys for hopping in. Hey, Darlene, thank you. Hey, Cheryl, thank you for sharing the video. Again, if you want to enter the raffle for this swim paddles, here's what's really cool about these swim paddles, you guys. These retail for like 20 bucks, but they're great for freestyle, right? Because, this hand goes here. No, this one, because it goes this way. But if you are a more competitive swimmer and you do the other strokes, you do these paddles work for breaststroke and butterfly too. You just flip them around on the hands, right? So you put this one on this hand. Oh, these are so cool. I have these, by the way. And then I bought these to give away to you guys. Hey, Eric, congratulations on your race today. It was an awesome time. Hey, John. Hey, I heard about your Michigan Titanium. So congrats. Awesome, you guys. So the very first thing you have to do is identify the issue. What is it that's bugging you? What is it that you want to change? What is it that's just like this nagging thing? For me, it was the run. It was like, I I'm not a good runner. I can't do it. I'm not good. So I had to identify it first, right? The second step is to step away from the issue. So I needed to back up and be like, stop. I needed to sit there and think, okay, so my run is not where I needed it to be. Let's just back up. Let's look at the whole thing. Let's just look at triathlon as a whole. Let's look at the race as a whole, because there's a lot of things that can screw up your run other than the fact that you're a weak runner. So you needed to back up, just step away from it for a second and look at the whole big picture and look at where you are. Not only where you are, but where you started, where you came from, where you are, and then where you want to go. Because here's another thing. So many people, and I don't see her on here today, but I have a client who has come so far and is really trying to struggle to get to those next levels. But there's a certain point, you guys, that if you just dropped, say 30 seconds in a 5K, in a 500 free, in a, I don't want to say a sprint triathlon because 30 seconds, a minute in sprint triathlon is probably, what I would say a lot. Then you can't expect your very next race to drop another minute or 30 seconds or what, you know what I mean? Like, so the better you get, the harder it is to improve. So you have to look at it, the whole big picture. So I need you to step away from the whole situation for a second. Look at it, big picture. Look at it from A to Z, start to finish. Not A to B to C, A to Z, right? So think about where you were, where you are, where you want to go. And now we're going to flip it around. So the issue was, for me, the run is no good. So what I wanted to do, instead of beating myself up, which is really easy. I mean, we're all really good at being our own worst critics and kicking ourselves in the butt and being all down on ourselves and negative. But I'm here to tell you that that is not conducive to improvement. What you really want to do is say, okay, it's not where I want it to be. What do I need to do? Okay, so I want to be this really strong runner after my bike. I want to be, he's kicking a tripod again. I can't help it, you guys, but he won't show his face. He's tired. So I wanted to have my strong swim, my strong bike, and then I wanted to bring that run from down here. I wanted to bring it back up. I wanted to bring it in level with that swim and that bike. So I had to think about what is it going to take? Like, I had to flip that around and start thinking in the positive. Like, okay, yeah, I am a good runner. I'm not just a good biker and a swimmer. I'm a good runner too. I can do this. So let me flip that around. And now these are the numbers I want to be running. Right? Then I want you to sit and ask, okay, so how do you get there? Okay, and don't be negative. Because it's real easy. So easy to give up. So easy to get down on yourself. So easy to beat yourself up over silly little mistakes or inefficiencies that you might have. But we all have them, right? The people that are most successful are the ones that take those inefficiencies and those negatives and turn it into a positive and think in a positive way about it, right? I don't know. There's some mind stuff there going on, guys, but like what you think you are is what you actually become. So what I want you to think about, I started thinking about, no, I'm a good runner. No, I can do this. I can do this. And then proactive question. So how do I do it? Was it run training? Was it bike training? Like maybe I was going too hard, or maybe it was bike to run. I didn't put enough times. I didn't put enough bricks in. So you have to start thinking like, okay, so how is it that I'm going to reach that goal? What are those things that I need to do to get from A to B to C all the way up? So, hey, Robert. Hey, Donna. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I wanted to announce last week's winner. Last week's winner was this, really, I love these socks, you guys. I know you guys are going to keep hearing me say this until I get rid of them all, but because I bought several pairs, but they say finish strong. Oh, because I like them and they're TriRight colors, right? And they're nice. They're so cool. Cindy Walters, all you had to do was share the video to get entered in the raffle. Cindy, you won. Wait, yeah, Cindy, you won. All you have to do is send me your address and I'll get these out to you. All right. If you want to win this week's giveaway, because I got some people that just hopped on. Paddles. Everybody can use swim paddles. I do recommend, though, you guys, that, like, especially for you newer swimmers, you don't want to be doing a ton of paddle work, maybe 200, maybe 300 yards of workout. with paddles, because if you don't use them right, you could jack up your shoulder, right? But these paddles kick butt. These are actually the same paddles that I own. They're good for freestyle. They're good for all the 4 strokes. Not that all of you guys do them. But anyway. Oh, and if you want to get this week's freebie, so changing your focus, this is a huge thing, okay? If you don't, again, I think I said this last week, it's like if you keep doing the same things and the same workouts week by week and year by year and you're not seeing any improvement and you expect to get better, that's the definition of insanity. It's crazy. You have to change it up. And that's what we're changing today. So what I created for you, this week's freebie, you go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. Just all you have to do is download it. I created a little worksheet for you. This doesn't apply just to triathlon. This is actually for life in general. Dude, I mean, change your focus to achieve better results. I'm going to put this up on LinkedIn because this is for business too. But yeah, if you can just download this and then fill it out for every single issue, problem, concern that you have, and try to develop your own game plan to improve, to figure it out. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Dawn. Thank you guys for hopping in. Okay, so, did I tell you what you had to do to get this? All you have to do is share the video, and you just enter in the raffle for that. All right, so distract yourself. This is a hard one, you guys. So when you have some burning issue, problem, for me, again, it was running. It would kill me. And every single run I would go out and I would sit there and think, gosh, I'm just not good. I can't keep up. No matter what I do, I can't get better, because for years and years I stayed at the same speed. And I had one speed, guys. That was it. It was 9-minute miles. You could give me a 5K, you could give me a marathon. I'm going to do 9-minute miles. I didn't know how to do it. So you have to distract yourself and take yourself out of the situation. Just back up. And this is really hard, especially because most of us triathletes, we're type A personalities. We have busy lives and jobs and families and extracurricular things that we do outside of all that. But you have to just kind of back up, forget about it for a minute. Just distract yourself. Do something else. So what did I do? I went and focused on my bike for a little bit. I was like, just forget about the run. Just like, I'm good. I'm getting good on the bike. I'm going to get better. So I just want to bike. So I stepped away, just back up for a second, because when something consumes your mind like that, you get too close, you get too jaded and clouded. Now, if you have a coach, your coach can figure that out for you. But if you don't, and I'm assuming that most of you don't, then I want you to be able to do this for yourself, right? So just back off. So if it's the swim, say that swim is your nemesis. Just forget about it for a second. Just focus on the other stuff. And I don't say for a second, like for a couple weeks maybe. And don't let it just eat at you, because that's just not going to be good either. But distract yourself. Then, while you're distracting yourself, while you're doing these other things, so while I was kind of putting the running on a back burner for a little bit, I started to formulate a plan. So what you want is a plan. You want to figure out, okay, here's where I am. Here's where I want to be. How do I close that gap? Right? How do I do that? So you can't just say, well, I'm just going to start running faster. Oh, that's genius. We'd all love to do that, right? So what you need to do is figure out how you're going to do it. Like, are you going to change your workouts? Are you going to add in more speed workouts? Are you going to put in hill workouts? Are you going to drop some weight? Are you going to change course, change terrain? Maybe you've been running on the road and maybe you're going to go do trails now because there's a little more challenging, a little more technical. Like what steps are you going to take to formulate that plan, right? What things can you do? And keep in mind, you guys, that doesn't mean you can't change that plan, right? So the plan always has to have room for adjustment, because as you go on, there might be certain things. So like for me, I just knew I needed to run faster because I was just doing every single run at the same speed. And back then it seemed to make sense to me. Look at it now, I'm like, well, no wonder why you weren't getting any faster, because you were just running the same speed all the time. So now that makes sense to me, but at the time it didn't, right? So you need to think about it. And that's, again, why you're distracting yourself, while you're working on other stuff, think about the plan. Then, and only then, do you want to go ahead and put yourself on the path to the correct course, right? So then it's when you want to start to add in those workouts. And how are you going to do it? Maybe it's not just the speed, maybe you add in more workouts. And I'll tell you, I was running very minimally because I didn't like it. So I started running more. I started running faster. I started running different paces. And that's when it started to all click. Now that's just my story. And the reason I say that is because I think that that can be a big thing for all of you. And again, let's just put it, and I haven't even thought about this, so I'm winging it here. Let's put it in a business sense. Okay, let me think real quick. Identify the issue. The issue is in business that maybe your clients aren't paying you on time. Okay, that's the issue. So you have to step away from it, like to back up for a second, figure out, okay, let's think of all the things that are going well. Clients aren't paying on time. Let's flip it around. Now you're going to think about, okay, all my clients pay on time, and the way I want them to pay, and in the exact amount. What are so that's what you want, right? So you flip it around because that's the ideal situation. Ask yourself the proactive questions. Maybe you weren't invoicing them on time. Maybe you didn't have an easy way for them to make payment. Maybe they were not sure about the payment and they were asking questions about what the bill was, right? Then distract yourself. Okay, take it offline, go and do something else. Focus on all the other ways that you serve your clients, right? Regardless of payment. Then you come back and formulate a plan. Okay, well, my clients never knew when their due date was, so that's why they never paid me on time, right? And then I was just tracking down cash. So now, I have to go and hunt that money down. Well, now what I want to do is to formulate the plan. So each month at their, a week before when they're due, I'm going to send an invoice. Here's what it is. Okay. And then figure out how to implement that path. See, now I just did it for business. And I didn't even think about that scenario until just now. So I did it on the fly. That was risky. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for hopping in. So last time, if you want to win the bonus, or not win the bonus, everybody gets the bonus. You don't have to win it. You just have to download it. It's a worksheet for you to help figure out every single time that you have an issue, something that you're trying to fix in your life, in your personal life, in your business life, in your triathlon world. TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. You're going to get this worksheet. Just download it. You can use it over and over again, right? And it's going to set you on the path to correcting whatever issue it is that you're having, right? And then if you want to win these paddles, okay, this is my giveaway for this week. All you have to do is share this video. I don't pick, so if you're watching me on the replay, I don't pick until like 2 hours before next week's video. So you have all the way until next Sunday to share this video and to be entered in for this raffle. And then next week, I didn't share what I'm doing next week. Next week is evaluating your gear. And yeah, I know, we're not even done with this year yet, right? But it's time to start thinking about your gear, thinking about, do you need a new bike? Do you need an upgrade? Do you need a new wetsuit? And I'm going to raffle off this journal about being the best you, okay? Because I think journaling, writing stuff down is also very, very helpful to achieving your goals. Because if you don't, you might lose sight of what that goal is along the way. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hopping in. I know I've been really quick. I'm trying to talk slower. It just doesn't happen. I get wound up. I get excited to see you guys every Sunday night. So if you have any questions or comments, you can always put them in here on the comments below. I go back and read every single comment that all of you make. I appreciate you all sharing a little bit of your Sunday night with me. Oh, I will ask this one question. I probably should have asked this earlier. But for those of you that are still on, what topics do you want to hear about? Because I have a list, but I really want to talk about and give you guys information that is helpful to you. Because my whole goal here, I don't sit here in front of this camera because it's fun. Well, maybe it's a little fun. But I really just want to kind of help you be the best athlete that you can be. So it would be helpful for you guys to share with me maybe some ideas, topics, information, stuff that you struggle with, stuff that maybe I can clarify for you or that you would like to know. You can put it here in these comments. You can also just PM me or text me or email me, whatever, because I just want to make sure that I'm on target with what you guys want to hear, okay? Hey, Ryan, thanks for hopping in. Dude, you always hop on when I'm just about to leave. Anyway, Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I appreciate you sharing a little bit of your Sunday night with me, and I will see you next week when we talk about evaluating your gear. Oh, wait a second. Next week is Labor Day, right? I might go on Monday night. I'll make a post about that. But yeah, Sunday nights on a holiday weekend, guys, none of y'all show up because you're all out partying. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not coming on live on a Sunday night on the night before a holiday. So maybe I'll make it Monday night. But anyway, thanks guys so much. Please share with me your topic ideas, anything that you would like clarification on or to hear about. I'm happy to share that with you because my goal is to help you be a better athlete. So I will see you here next Sunday night. Enjoy your week.